Friends, before we get into the video, I want to let you know that I actually recorded this video at the beginning of the summer as we had first moved into our new place, and I am so happy that I can at least share this with you before we jump into fall so that we can round out our summer. Let's do it. Hi friends, I hope you all are doing great. It's me, Nikki here, and why I am excited about today's video is because I'm going to take you on the journey of Mike and I creating our small space garden. As you know, we are now apartment style living and loving Charlotte, North Carolina. But we wanted to put a little garden on our back patio. We thought it would be fun. And so we definitely did our research. We learned all about small space gardening, and we went with the raised garden. And so I want to take you on the journey of us kind of putting it together. And we also did a theme with it, because in our research, I saw where some people were like theming out their gardens, like having a salsa garden where you had all of those veggies that you use to make a wonderful salsa. And that's what you grew in that garden. And so that's one that I did. And then we also did our typical herbs and all of that. So we have kind of a half garden of a salsa garden, and then we have half of an herb garden. So let's go on the journey. I hope you will find it helpful if you're living in a small space and you want a garden, or if you live in a large space and you just want a small raised garden, this could be helpful to you. So definitely beginner's level, because Mike and I are beginners, but let's get started. So friends, now let's get to talking about this raised garden that Mike and I decided to put on our patio in our new place. We thought this would be fun. I was so excited about it. We wanted to do a combination of just a kind of a mini regular garden, and then on one side have like a salsa inspired garden with all the things that you need to make a nice salsa. So I thought that would be a lot of fun having a themed out garden. And so we went on Amazon, we found this raised garden, very affordable. We thought it'd be a lot of fun. And you know, Mike and I, we are not professionals when it comes to the things, when it comes to plants, life and grass and all of that, but we love giving it a go. And I have to say, we're starting to get a lot better. Like I have plants in the house now, and they are all thriving. And I'm like, you guys know me, you know that would not have been the case before. But I think we're starting, the green thumb is starting to just come in just slightly. So we hit our local nursery to try to find a variety of herbs and vegetables that we would like to put into our garden. And this was such a fun part of the process. You know, Mike spent the evening before putting together the garden, and then we could enjoy the next day really looking around, and we found some great things. But friends, let me hip you onto a tip, and this is not sponsored, but if you struggle with, you love cooking with herbs, but you can't get them to last long, you need to get this here. It's the Prepara Saver. This saves your herbs up to 3 weeks, and so you definitely can have longevity with your herbs, whether you buy them in the grocery store fresh or you have your own herb garden and you keep it in your fridge. And I actually prepared, this is neat, they were one of the first companies that I worked with about 8 or 9 years ago when I first started on YouTube, and they are still a staple in my kitchen today. And so how it works is you just pull the little container out, and that stores the herbs, and it opens up, and you put your fresh herbs in here. You clean them first and make sure they're clean, and then you put them into the little compartment here and put it back on top, and then you take the bottom base and you just fill it with the water and stick it back on, and that is what helps with the longevity of keeping your herbs fresher for up to 3 weeks. You do need to change the water every 3 days, so just kind of pour it out and put it in, but it's very simple to do for a big result. And so definitely I will link the Prepara down below, and again, that was not sponsored, but I'll link it below if you're interested in getting one. So friends, now that we have our stash of herbs and vegetables, it's time to take them home and put them in their new spot. And so what I was so excited to do is just kind of do the layout, because like I told you, we wanted part of it to be a salsa section, and then the other part could just be, regular herbs. And I got this book off Amazon called Raised Bed Gardening for Beginners. I'll link it below. And it was such a great tool to help with this process of putting together a raised garden. Great tips, very simple. It also shared kind of what plants to put with what, really just essential. And I'll put the link to the book below if you're interested in getting that for your setup. So I just wanted to, even before I did anything, and I know I didn't really have to put these in here, and I could do it after I put the soil in, but I was so excited to really see the arrangement. So I wanted to sit all of the different herbs in here so that I could see how it was going to come together. And the other thing about your raised garden is it's important to think about placement, because where's the sun going to hit versus what vegetable or herb needs what. Also, what herbs do better side by side. And that book was great for kind of helping with that kind of thing. So, you really want to think and plan out your herb garden. And that's what Mike and I did before we actually went to the store and got anything. We had our shopping list of all the essentials that we needed, such as the garden, the raised bed, the soil, and all of those things. So friends, next what we have to do is we have to prep our raised garden, and it starts by putting a liner. And again, all of the things that I use, I'll put in the description box below, but you pull out your staple gun and you put your liner over, and it's about protecting the inside of our garden. And so we got to protect that wood, because we're going to have to water our garden, and you don't want everything to just go directly onto the container. And so there's holes for drainage, but you also have to be sure to protect the holes with the liner. So as you can see, I'm puncturing through all the holes in the bed here, and I'm stapling around to secure it down. And I'm also going to go under the container, and I'm going to staple it through so that the hole is protected by the liner also. That way, when the water drains through, it's hitting the liner and not the wood. So friends, I used the raised bed soil, and we actually got more soil than we needed. We got 5 bags and we only used 3. So I hope that helps in case you decide to do this size. Probably 3 bags is going to do you good. And so I only wanted to make sure to staple down a little bit more. I wanted my casing to be really lined well before I put the mesh in the bottom. And so what you need with this mesh, you need to really get you some snippers, because it is a metal, and you want to have snippers to just trim it. It's very easy to snip and trim. It's not difficult, but you do want to get the kind of wire snippers for that. And then you're going to just line the bottom of your bed with that. And so friends, now it is getting closer to the fun part of actually planting and getting everything in. I'm moving my little solar lights that I got from at home out the way. We're going to stick those inside so that at night it really just has a little light coming out of the garden. And now it's about going in and really doing the placement of all of the herbs now that the soil is into the bed. And also, if you see my little white gardening tools there, I also found those at home this summer. They were so super cute. They had all kinds of colors, and they really had a nice cute little garden section. But friends, now that I have everything sitting in its place, I'm going to get busy now just putting it in and securing it in. And I'm just taking it out of the bucket, I'm softening up the bottom, and then I'm putting it in the hole and just kind of securing it down. And it's just this right here, friends, when the whole process of gardening, this is the most fun right here. This is the part that I really love, is being able to put it in the ground and see my garden really becoming a garden. Mike and I forgot to put on the list is a watering can for our garden, and we really needed a bigger one. So we were trying to do some makeshift things here to really get it watered well. And the great thing about the location is when it rains, you will get water in our garden. And so now, friends, our garden is finished. We absolutely love it. It's so nice sitting out here and watching TV and then going picking a tomato. I also have a little blueberry tree out here, a little lemon tree out here. No lemons on the lemon tree, Tree. You see my little blue bowls at the bottom, which Mike doesn't like that part of it, but I got those at Amazon, but that's to catch all the water that's dripping from under. And so I thought the blue bowls would be adorable out on the blue patio, but it's the purpose of it is to really catch that water. And you're going to want something under your bed if you have a raised bed and it's on your patio or something like that. I hope you have enjoyed joining me on this journey of putting together our raised garden. It was so much fun, and it's so nice to have out there. It's just really, it adds so much to the space, and so I'm really, really, really happy with how it turned out. I will keep you posted on the journey of how it grows and how it, flourishes. So definitely make sure that you're following me on Instagram. It's At Home with Nikki on TikTok and Instagram and everywhere. Definitely go join me over there. And friends, I do want to remind you that I'm a professional organizer, and if you're struggling with some spaces in your home, whether it's a small space, large space, I would love to help you. We can work over Zoom. It's not a problem where you live. Definitely, I have very, very great rates to work virtually with you. So definitely take advantage of that. I'll put the link down below, and my team and I, we would love to work with you in your space to help you get it beautifully organized. So friends, have a beautiful day. I will see you in the next video. And this is Nikki saying goodbye.